Hello, welcome back to Everything Nina. Thank you for joining. So in this video, I'm just going to go over about the main dining room on the Freedom of the Seas through Royal Caribbean. Now, I know you probably seen other videos of the main dining room, but I wanted to kind of break it down to you guys exactly how it works. So for the main dining, that is where you go at night or even in the morning for breakfast. You can go for lunch and for dinner, but I'm going to highlight the dinner portion because a lot of people have a lot of questions regarding the dinner portion of the dining room, the main dining room. So let's start off with the attire. So when you go on a cruise, depending on the time frame. So let's just say you do a 7-night cruise. 7-night cruise, it will be two or three. I want to say two nights where it's going to be formal nights. And out of those 2 nights, they want you to dress up. I mean, I have seen some women in gowns, men in tuxedos, and then I have seen people just casual wear, like a nice dress or a male with some nice slacks and a shirt or even a suit. So my thing is, no way is a wrong way. Let me just put it out there. However, I will say, just try at least once. If you do go to the main dining room every night out your cruise, just try to at least once get dressed up, especially if you don't do it often. Leave the jeans, shorts, tank tops, put them away for a minute. Go out, put your nice dress on or your nice suit, get dressed up, enjoy it, because it's nice. It is actually nice to see everyone dressed up. Now, they also have like backdrops as you're going into the actual dining room. So they have backdrops where they want to take pictures of you. And when you're dressed up, it looks very nice. Now, I'm not knocking anyone that don't want to get dressy. Let me tell you, when you cruise a lot of that stuff get old. Usually the first time cruisers, they like to get into it and gotta have this gown, gotta have that. That's expected. And then you got some cruisers that have been a long time, doing this for a long time, and continue up with it and get dressed up. But I will say, the times that my husband and I went, we always get dressed up when we go to the main dining room or specialty restaurants. That's just our thing. Now, I have seen guests come in shorts or, a tank top and a denim skirt or jeans. I have seen it all. So it's not like it's recommended or you have to do it, but it's nice to do it because it is in a nice little fancy area. You want to look nice and get into character. I quote unquote, I guess you can say that. Okay, so that's the attire. Now let's get to my time dining. So when you do the Royal Caribbean, I'm only referencing Royal Caribbean. When you do the main dining room, in the beginning of your booking, they will ask you at the time of booking over the phone, would you want to do my time dining? It's 2 different options you could do. You could set a time frame for each night that you're on a ship. You could set a time frame to be there. So they'll give you a time frame like, do you want to be at the main dining room at 5? Or would you like to be at the main dining room at 6 or 6:30? So you set your time. And that time, you have to show up each night at that time. Okay? The other option is to just go with the flow. You can call and make a reservation and say, hey, I want to come tonight. Can I make a reservation for 7:30? Or just show up and it may be a wait. It depends. So honestly, my husband and I have tried both ways. Now, when we tried the way as go with the flow, I felt like that worked out better for us. When we tried the way where we set the time to come each night, it was like rushing us. I felt like, well, we can't eat a late lunch because we're going to have dinner at this time. And our dinner time that we set was at 6 p.m. for the main dining room. So I said, ugh. It was just in the way. I feel like when you are more free to make your reservation, you have more time to explore the ship and do the activities. So to each his own, whatever floats your boat, go that way. And you can always opt out of it and say, well, I'm not going to show up at this time, and then just go from that point on and try to get a reservation for that night. And also another cool tip, when you are booking your cruise and they go over the main dining room, make sure you be real detailed. Every time when I book, I always tell them, hey, I would like a table just for two, and I would like to be right by the window of the view. And they can't guarantee it, but they will note it in your reservation and they will try to accommodate you the best they can. And I must say, they have done that just for us. Now, for those who's not familiar with, the whole main dining room, I don't know if this is all cruises, but I know for Royal Caribbean, they will actually sit you at a table with other guests just to fill out the seats. And that's good and all, trust me, because you meet people. I will say, every cruise that we went on, we have met people. We have met other people from along different walks of life. And it's amazing to run into different people and hear what they're celebrating, why they on the ship, and some of the stories they tell us. It's amazing. And then throughout the cruise, you keep running into them, and it feels like your neighbors. And then after a while, it feels like, wow, I feel like I know this person. So it's cool. Whenever you go on a cruise, I know I'm getting off a tangent, but let me just say this. Whenever you go on a cruise, and if you come back and say, I didn't meet anybody, something wrong with you, because everybody meets somebody to talk to. You cannot go on a cruise and not talk to anyone. It happens. But back on point, what I'm saying is they will sit you at a table with other guests unless you request otherwise. So be mindful of that. And the menu pretty much is almost the same each night. Of course, they have their steak all the time, and they have other items for each night as well. And then they also, at the very bottom, it is an upcharge, like for lobster or something special that they're having on the menu. It is an upcharge. So as you saw in the video, my husband decided to get a lobster tail, and that was an upcharge, I believe, of $38 or maybe $40. And it was well worth it. He really enjoyed it. So I will say it's all depending on what you like, but for the most part, the menu on the main dining is pretty much the same. They tweak it a little bit each night, which is really good to give you more options. And but other than that, that's the menu. Now I will say they will accommodate you. I have seen other guests. For example, I've seen a guest with children, and the children, I guess, just love their pizza. I overheard the conversation. That's how loud it was at one point. And the children loved their pizza. Pizza was not on the menu. However, they made it happen. Next thing I know, I see a nice big pie of pizza coming out to the children. So whatever you don't see on the menu, they will still try to accommodate you and bring it to you. So that is definitely a plus. And like I always say, and I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but please just be kind, very kind to the servers. It's a lot to get up every day and do this repeatedly for X amount of days, weeks, months throughout the year. So if they're not getting to you, it's not because they're lagging or they're not doing their job is because they have multiple tables. So please keep that in mind. Just be a little bit mindful. That's all I'm saying. Because guess what? We're all human. And guess what? We all have a job. And guess what? Some of the things in our job require different things, and people may look at us that way and say, oh, they're lagging or whatever. No, that's not the case. So just please be mindful when you go on a cruise. The staff are amazing, and I will say they will go beyond the call of duty. So just be patient and let them know. Job well done. And also, please tip. That's all I got to say about that. But that's all about the whole main dining room. I hope that this information helps. When you do go on a cruise, or if you have one on a cruise, a lot of you guys know where I'm coming from. And I really hope that you do try the main dining room. Honestly, when you do shorter cruises, it's kind of hard to do the main dining room, especially if you're trying to do specialty restaurants as well for dinner. So you got to try to balance that out as well. But I will say, I love the main dining room. I have tried it for breakfast and I have tried it for dinner. I didn't try it for lunch yet, but I will in the future. So I hope this information helped. If you have any comments or something, again, I didn't mention, or I did mention, and you want more clarification on it, please comment, please like, and please subscribe. Thank you for joining Everything Nina. I hope to see you back soon. Bye.